Before we leave today, I wanted to visit with you about doing landscape planning this fall and winter. You know, you can look at different styles of houses and think that might be what you want to live in, but you might not have the first idea of how to draw up plans and do an architectural design for your home. Well, the same might go for your front or backyard, and those are the times when you might want to engage someone with a landscape design background to draw up plans for your trees and shrubs and flower gardens around your home. Now, in front of me is an overall land use plan that is typical of what a landscape architecture firm might draw up for a large commercial property. They'll design the overall land use plan for a large place such as this ranger station in Ouachita National Forest, and they'll look at the contours of the land and so forth. Now, hiring someone to do a landscape plan for your home will probably not be this involved, but they will be able to come out to your house and look at the overall design of your home, whether it's formal or informal. They'll be able to visit with you about the type of activities that you like to do. Are your children small? Do you need a play area? They might ask if you have pets, and if so, do you need a dog run area in back? They'll look at the overall surrounding terrain and see what fits in and what will thrive in your part of the state. They can also ask you how old your children are, what kinds of things they like to do you need an area for basketball and so forth, and they'll want to know if you entertain a lot. Now, this is a landscape plan that was done in Stillwater, and it's a beautiful color rendering, and this is probably sort of the ultimate of what people view if they hired a landscape architect to draw up plans for their front and backyard areas. But it doesn't have to be this detailed for you to be able to take that design and possibly install some of the landscape yourself. Recently, I was visiting with a friend of mine who owns a garden center in Claremore, and he outlined a 4-step plan that they have at their garden center, and he said it's typical of most garden centers. If you don't want to hire a landscape architect but want advice on your design, what you can do is have them at the garden center come out and look over your property and draw up a fairly brief sketch of trees and shrubs that you need to add. You could go a step further and draw up on graph paper the dimensions of your property, where your house is on it, and the existing shrubs, and you can take that into a garden center, and for a small consulting fee, they'll advise you on what plants you need to add, how many you need to buy, and where to site them to enhance your own landscape. So there are various levels of involvement that you can have with getting landscape advice that will work for your property. Also, you don't have to do all of the work yourself. You could have a total turnkey operation, as we mentioned before, or just have them come out and consult with you for an hour and then go and do the work yourself. Either way will work, but it can save you a lot of effort to get the eyes of somebody else to look at your property. They'll be a little bit more objective about it, and maybe for $50 or $100 just give you some pointers on where to place things that will save you a lot of time and labor in the long run. But before we leave today, when we were looking at this landscape contour down here, we had a praying mantis that looked like something out of a B horror movie, and we thought you'd enjoy seeing that as well. Well, come back and see us next week on Oklahoma Gardening. It was great to be with you.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.